Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how to draft a collar and a collar stand. Some people call the collar stand the bishop collar. If you want to use a bishop collar for your project, I will advise that you make it bigger than the measurement that we have here. Now let's get right into drafting our collar. The first thing that you need is the measurement of the neckline for the project you'll be attaching this collar to. You can measure your neckline on fold, or you can measure it open all the way around, but I'll be measuring my neckline on fold for this project, and I'll measure from my center back all the way to my center front. And when I was done measuring, I got 8.25 inches on fold, but when I open it to measure, I got 16.5 inches for my neckline. But today we'll be using the unfold measurement, which is 8.25. You can measure yours, and whatever you get is what you use to draft your collar. Now on this point we'll mark right fold, and on this line is where I'll be drafting my collar, and on this point I'll go up by 1 inches just to get a base to start my project. Now on this line I'll measure my 8.25 inches and I'll mark it. I'll go up above a little bit and I'll also measure 8.25 just so I can get a box that I'll be drafting both my collar and my collar stand in. I'll mark 8.25, extend the line all the way to the top so it can accommodate my collar stand and my collar. On the 8.25 line that I just drew, I'll get the midpoint. I'll fold my tape this way to give me the measurement. You can do this way or you can use a calculator. Then once I get the midpoint, I'll mark it out. And once I'm done marking it out, on this my 8.25 mark, I'll call this point A so we can better understand this, and then I'll call the midpoint point B. Now on the A point, on the point where we have A, we will go up by half inches, right? We'll go up by half inches, and then we'll call that point C. Then we'll connect point C to point B using a straight line, and when we are done, it will look exactly like this. Now the next thing we need to do is to determine how wide we want our collar stand to be, because that's the first thing we'll be drafting. We can make it 1 inches or 1.5, but for this tutorial I'll be making my collar stand 1 inches. I'll measure all the way to the top 1 inches, but when I get to this point, I'm measuring my 1 inches from this C line, as that is my new line for my collar stand. And then I'll show you what I mean by that. I'll go by 1 inches all the way, marking my 1 inches all the way, and when I'm done, I'll connect all the lines. I'll call this my new line, my 1 inch mark. I'll call it D, call it point D. Then I'll mark it all the way, connecting it with my ruler. If you have any sharp edges, I advise that you use a curve ruler to curve it out. The next thing we'll be doing is on this point C, I will go up. We'll go up by 0.5 inches and we'll call it point E, right? Then on this point D, we will go in by 0.5 inches and we'll call it point F. Now the next thing we'll do is connect point F to point E with a slight curve, with a curve. I advise that you also do make your curve better than what I did here. Then once we are done with all of this, we'll be adding 0.5 inch sewing allowance all the way around to our collar stand, and our collar stand is ready. Once we are done adding all our half inch, remember that your half inch on this point will be on the point C line. Once we are done, this is what it looks like, and our collar stand is ready. If you'll be using this for your bishop collar, I'll advise that you make it bigger than 1 inch so it stands out. Now the next thing is to draft our collar. Remember, we'll be using this same box, the 8.25 box, for our collar. So I'll be making a demarcation, a line to demarcate my collar stand from my collar, and that line is going to be the border where I will start measuring my collar. Now you determine how wide do you want your collar to be. Since collars are statement pieces, it can be 2 inches, 2.5, 3 inches, whatever you want. But for this tutorial, I'll be using 2 inches, and I will mark it from this border line that we just drew. I'll mark 2 inches all the way. I'll connect it with my ruler, and I'll call that new point A. Now, after drawing that line and calling it point A, on our border line, we'll go in by 1 inch, right? On this point right here, we'll go in by 1 inch. We'll call that point B, and we'll connect it to point A. So we'll measure 1 inch and then call it point B, then connect point B to point A with a straight line. And once we are done, it will look like this. Now, on this fold edge where we had the unfold, on our border line, we will go up by 0.5 inches, and we will call that point C. Now we'll go up by 0.5 inches here, and we'll call that point C. And the next thing we'll do is we'll connect that point C to point B with a straight line, and our collar is ready. The last thing is to add 0.5 inches sewing allowance all the way around our collar. And then once we are done adding 0.5 inches all around, I will show you guys what it looks like. Now, remember that you can draft this collar directly on your collar stand and then glue it to your fabric, but if you want, you can do this on a paper like I'm doing here. I've written out all my instructions. I'm going to cut the collar 2 pieces. I'll cut it on fold. The same for my collar stand. I'll need 2 pieces, and then I'll cut that side on fold also. Now you can cut this on your collar stay and then on your fabric, and your collar is ready to be attached to your project. Let's cut this out and we'll see what it looks like. After cutting it out, this is what my collar stand looks like and my collar looks like. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.